Good morning. I'm over here at Seattle Tacoma Airport watching planes take off. And while I'm over here, I wanted to do a video. And so this video, this is vlog number 93. I want to tell you a story when we just bought our house and I got on the HOA board. So we bought our house. Oh, that's a fun one. Check it out. It's too far in the camera for some reason. I can see it a lot closer than the camera shows you. But anyway, so when we just bought our house, the house is in a HOA neighborhood, and I was like, man, I'm gonna get on the HOA. I'm gonna fix things. And so I signed up and volunteered, and I got in there, and I found out that there's so much drama going on. Like, they're not really getting anything done, but what they're doing is they're fighting with the HOA management company because the HOA management company kind of hogged the HOA, and she has a lot of experience in it. So he put away his wheels real fast, landing gear. But anyway, so what was happening is the president of the HOA, he was having problems with the HOA company, the HOA management company, and he and the other board members, they were having a problem that she was basically using her husband as the service provider for various services like landscaping. He had a landscaping company, so somehow miraculously, her husband's company always had the lowest bid. So he would win the bids always, and the HOA members and the president, and they were trying to figure out what's going on and how to make this fair and make sure the HOA is not being taken advantage of. So when I got on the board, they were actively like having issues with the HOA lady. And then a lot of when we had our HOA meetings, a lot of residents were complaining that nothing's being done about bad grass of people's houses, and lawns not taken care of, and trailers parked on the streets and stuff like that. And one of the guys that was at the HOA, he's not a resident, but he owns a couple of houses in our neighborhood, maybe 2 or 3. And he came to the HOA and he was like complaining about the same stuff. And basically we were saying that instead of being able to do business, we were basically arguing and stuff. And he said, basically he got into it with the president. Yeah, it's fun to see the planes take off. I don't know if you guys enjoy that, but it's fun for me. That's why I'm here, obviously. yeah, so he was like, he got into it with the president, and the president was like, well, I'm just volunteering here. If you want this job here, take it. And he took it literally, and he was like, okay, I will. So he literally took that personally and started working with the HOA company, HOA management company, to get this guy out. And oh my goodness, there was so much drama. So now that the HOA president saw that there's this guy is helping the HOA management company, it became even more dramatic. Things went as far as he was an aggressive guy, the HOA president. So he almost got into a fight with this guy, and so they had to hire a lawyer, and we were getting ready to go to court, and they were trying to drag all of us board members to court for this, to be witnesses and whatever. And I was like, man, I don't need this in my life. I had so much stress from this period because of how much crap was going on over there. And I'm like, man, I don't want to do this. So I was on the HOA for a year, trying to figure out what to do, and we basically got zero business done because the residents just won't show up to the meetings. So we never had enough people to legally have a vote on anything. So whatever the HOA board members decided is basically what happened. And there was 5 of us. We couldn't make serious major decisions without a vote. But there was, for instance, a board of directors can raise the HOA fees by 10% every year without a vote. And that's what we've been doing, or that's what they've been doing. And to this day, I've lived in this house since 2015. So it's been, 9 years? The HOA is useless. They're not getting much done. They just actually did raise our stuff to they added some sort of a fund. They're trying to raise money to replace the fence around their whole neighborhood, and so they tacked on this like $350 fee for all the residents without any kind of vote. They just keep doing things, and the HOA fees went up like nuts too. And there's nothing we can do because there's not enough people to vote. Nobody shows up to the meetings. This last time, this was 2 weeks ago, we had our HOA meeting, and I was like, man, I'm gonna be there, and I got my neighbor to sign a proxy for me so I can vote for her because she wasn't gonna go. And guess what? That day, I had a dentist appointment, and I had all kinds of stuff going on, and I totally forgot to go to the stupid meeting. Can you believe this? Anyway, so I left. I quit volunteering on the board, and I said I'm never going back. And it's been great not to care what's happening over there. I do show up to all the board meetings, not board meetings, but the HOA meetings once a year. Except this one year, like 2 weeks ago, that I didn't show up accidentally. I meant to, but I totally forgot. I don't know if this board will ever function correctly because the residents just don't show up to the meetings. Going back to that guy that wanted to take the job from the president of the HOA, he literally went around our neighborhood, house to house, telling the people the HOA board is messed up and that he wants to volunteer. And he literally collected 180. So there's like 240 houses in our neighborhood. He collected 180, 185 proxies personally. The people gave him the vote, over 185 people. He showed up to the board, to the meeting with all those proxies, and single-handedly voted himself in as the president and voted the other guy out. Those guys almost got in a fight. We actually had a police officer present at the meeting. You know, the guy is great. He's a nice guy. Like, I never had problems with him. He's a reasonable dude, but he just wants stuff done. So now he obviously is trying to run the board in a good way, but because people don't show up, they can't do anything. So they just keep doing what they think is better for the HOA, and that's it. All right, I'm gonna go watch some more planes before I have to leave. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.